Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exceptional episode of the Gridiron Glory here with your hosts, Will Wicker and Tad Dorsey, leading the charge of coverage into conference championship weekends with the AFC championship here. We have the two seed Buffalo Bills going into Kansas City against the one seed Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs, they complete the perfect home season, 32-29, the victory. A competitive game here. You got the story of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, another postseason meeting, won by Mahomes in what's turning into a rivalry where Josh Allen seems to get Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. They had the great win in Buffalo in the regular season this year. And then in the postseason, it's just things tend to happen. And of course, we'll have some takes on what these things are that tend to happen that get the Chiefs to the finish line. Mahomes in this game, 18 of 26, 245 and a touchdown. Also, 11 carries for 43 yards, two touchdowns. So, um, basically what you'd expect out of Patrick Mahomes in the postseason. Looking at some rushing, you get Kareem Hunt heavily involved, 17 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. Um, and looking at the receiving game, you had Xavier Worthy, six catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. That was the main receiver there. So the Chiefs, their offense, they moved the ball well enough. And the defense, I mean, for the defense, the Bills, they had a lot of good things going against the Chiefs defense. It looked like they were going on to take some drives and they were gonna go potentially take the lead. Josh Allen, 22 of 34, 237, two touchdowns, and also a controversial 39 rushing yards, in which some people might have thought it should have been 39 and an extra inch rushing yards. And I'd like to ask your take on that whole situation where it looked like he had a first down and then they call him short, they review it, and they keep it short. What was your take on that whole situation there late in the game?
Yeah, my whole take on that situation was, well, first of all, Dalton Kincaid on the play before, what are you doing, man? And then so you kind of hated to see that from Dalton Kincaid, Tad.
Yeah,
But then obviously in that moment, going for the first down and everything. I mean, some would argue that he did get the first down.
sure.
Others would argue that he didn't get the first down. You could argue a multiple different cases and scenarios from multiple different angles, I guess. Like there's lots of different angles. Um, and some people might say that the Chiefs get a lot of controversial calls that might go their way, but here in this moment, they get another one that
Yeah.
goes their way. Um, and you hated to see that, Tad. You just really, 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 really hated to see that for the Bills because
Yeah.
I was personally, humbly, and sincerely wanting the Bills to convert that first down, and they didn't. So,
And they did. Yeah, a very unfortunate moment for the Bills and their
but not by
franchise.
but I don't personally. My personal take, it wasn't by the fault of Josh Allen. Josh Allen did everything he could on that play.
He did.
And then the referees were just simply like, "You're not good enough at football for this, Josh Allen," which broke my heart because I thought he was good enough at football for it.
And I mean, Josh Allen, he's definitely an exceptional football player. He'll probably be the league MVP this year. I don't know. We'll see. Lamar Jackson might. We'll see who they
I'll tell you this.
declare. But
I tell you
Josh
this.
Allen, exceptional. Yeah.
Josh Allen would trade 5 league MVPs for one Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, just a chance to get there. I mean, he's been
I
blocked
mean,
by this other team for
I
so
just
long.
more than anything feel bad for the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Josh Allen is such a incredible quarterback. He's an amazing guy. This Bills team is an amazing football team. And I
Yeah.
mean, they try so hard time and time again to achieve greatness. And if it wasn't for a certain team that we're talking about right now, they would have already been there multiple times.
You'd have to think, yeah. I mean, you'd have to think like if the Bills were, if there was like some realignment that had happened like 5 years ago when the Bills were switched to the NFC, that they would have been the favorite to have been in the Super Bowl several times by now. I mean, that's just the unfortunate reality that the Bills live in is that they're competing against powerhouses in the AFC like Kansas City, like Baltimore, who
Well,
they got by Cincinnati, teams like that.
well, and even in Tad, even when we were talking about all 32 teams to begin the season, because that's what we do here on the Gridiron Glory, we talk about all 32
Yeah.
teams, including yes, the home team in this game. But
Mhm.
one thing I did say and mention with teams like the Bills, the Ravens, um, teams of that stature and nature, I'm like, hey, this is all great, fancy, and flashy, but
Mhm.
can you beat the Chiefs? Can you come up with a way to beat that team in the playoffs? And just overall, from an emotional standpoint, it's just heartbreaking to see because it's like, you got to, I mean, in fact, if the Bills are to try to at this thing again next year, like, I'm going back for the Buffalo Bills and I'm watching the film on this game like super hard and like I'm doing quite literally whatever I can to beat that team.
Yeah, I mean they've been so close so many times, but what can they do to mentally get over the hump? At this point, I think it's more mental than anything else. I mean, you see this team, they've beaten you on the big stage so many times. What can you do to mentally get over it? To mentally put yourself in a position where you believe you can beat this team? Because if you don't believe you can beat that team, you're not going to beat that team.
And look, I don't want to take away like I'm not against like as a sports fan, like, I heard you love to see teams succeed, you love to see teams grow and thrive and everything. It's just me personally, I have a tough time doing it. It's a personal problem, folks. Um, more than anything. It's just it's a personal problem of mine. But this is a team that time and time again they just is irritating. Is it makes me extremely irritated. But they do it. They do it time and time again. It's I mean the hate is fully there, but so is the respect.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a rivalry. I mean, as you say, it's a rivalry, and there's supposed to be some tension between the teams and stuff. But yeah, I
Well,
mean,
and especially when this team, when my team almost gave this team their first loss of the season, but there was a blocked field. I'm still salty about that, but I mean the
yeah,
respect is there, sure.
yeah. I mean, it's tough. That's definitely that's got to be tough to admit, and I do respect that from my co-host here, a very phenomenal co-host, I might add, very
Um,
quality take
I
there.
mean, if Patrick Mahomes can go on the Manning cast last season on Monday Night Football between the Bills and the Broncos, and Patrick Mahomes went on that Manning cast and said good things about my team, I mean,
Sure.
I could. I mean, yeah, it's like you're here again and you're doing it again.
Mhm.
It's just, I mean, I'm not going to
Mhm.
root for you guys to win, but
Yeah, yeah.
like, if you weren't a bloody division rival, I would be so happy for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I was the same way against like Aaron Rodgers back in his prime, being a Vikings fan. I definitely did not cheer on his success, but I mean, the respect is there. That's definitely a good way to see it. But yeah, I mean, just a very close game. Either team would have been deserving winners. I mean, the Bills, they were one or two play away, like you said. If Dalton Kincaid makes that catch, it would have been a nice play, and who knows how things would have went differently. Just very unfortunate. I mean, you give Josh Allen the ball a chance to win the game, and then I mean, Dalton Kincaid tries very hard, and he's a phenomenal young tight end. Just we see it time and time again. You just got to step up and make the plays when it matters the most.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't completely on the guys in black and white. I mean, I you guys don't want to hear my off-air takes on that, but some of you might, but I'm sure you can already infer. Um, but nonetheless, yeah, there was time and time again where the Bills just fell short of doing what they needed to do in the clutch, and it bit them. It bit them hard, Tad.
Yeah, very unfortunate to see a season go the way it did for the Bills. I mean, you put everything into beating this team,
I
and
mean,
it
it's
goes
a
to the
game of
wayside.
inches. It's a game of inches. It's a game of
Game of
minutes. It's a
inches.
game of seconds. I mean, quite literally, the Buffalo Bills did all that off-season training, played all those regular season games, had all those regular season practices for this moment, this game. Quite literally, like, I mean, that's what you work your ass off for in the off season and into the regular season. You work your ass off for a moment like that, and it's just that that's what competition is. I mean, that's just pure competition at the end of the day. And um, again, it's like what I ask myself as a Denver fan, like, what kind of sorcery is this? Because truly, what kind of sorcery is this that we're freaking seeing in Kansas City? Like, what, Tad? What kind of sorcery is this?
I mean, the Chiefs are just, for one, they're on an unprecedented run of winning close games. They've won so many close games that could go either way. And it's just, at this point, you get to a point where if it gets down to the wire and the Chiefs are in the game, they'll find a way. You, you can run from it, you can hide it, but you just know that they're gonna make the play that you need to make. I mean, you've seen it time and time again. I mean, it's just a scenario where they've just on this unprecedented run of winning, and at this point, it's just on the rest of the league to catch up to them and just make the place and make the better plays. Just it's up to the rest of the league to one up the Chiefs at this point, I'd say.
It's up to the rest of the league to one up the Chiefs at this point. You'd say, absolutely. But how long does this last? We don't know. But I do want to listen. Talking about the Bills, like I said, I mean they went into this game, they played it competitively. You had those
They
big
did.
moments. I mean, we talked about the stats and everything already. It was a fun game of football to watch at the end of the day.
Very fun game. Touching a bit on the defense, we didn't touch much on the defense, so I'd like to give them some of their flowers. You got guys like Shamari Connor with five solo tackles for Kansas City. The safety out of Virginia Tech, a second year player, so getting some big minutes there. George Karlaftis with four tackles and three hits on the quarterback, so he's going out and doing what he's doing. Chris Jones, of course, two hits on the quarterback. Tershawn Wharton with a big sack. Those are some highlights for KC. And looking at the other side, you have Cole Bishop for the Buffalo Bills. He had nine solo tackles in an incredible game there for the second round safety out of Utah. And amongst rookie defensive players in the AFC, where would you rank Cole Bishop?
Ted, when I look at a guy like Cole Bishop, I think, man, well, first of all, he wears the number 24. And I mean, so obviously taking after the late great, yeah, Kobe Bryant, the basketball player Kobe Bryant, uh, who quick moment. It's been 5 years. R.I.P. to him and them. Yeah, out of Utah, the rookie out of Utah, a top half rookie defensive player in the league.
Yeah, I think that is certainly a reasonable take there. Very respectable. He's been very solid and had a big game here in this moment in the playoffs. Yeah. So just some players making plays on both sides of the ball on defense. Yeah, some credit there. And yeah, just another close game that They find a way to win. The Kansas City Chiefs, they find a way to win close games. It's what they've done for the last several years, and now
I mean, hate
they
it,
are.
love it, don't care about it. I mean, it's what they do. I mean, I personally, like I said, it's a personal problem for me.
Yeah,
I respect it, but you will you will not catch me ever rooting for them for a single
no.
second in my entire life ever. Hate it, like it, don't care. It's just what they're doing.
Just what they're doing. So yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to bring up on the game?
Just just another heartbreaking ending to the Bills for the Bills, and stay tuned for when we talk about their future and their season recap going forward on the Gridiron Glory.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned to the Gridiron Glory. We'll have a few more episodes here leading into of course the Super Bowl, the holiday for all football fans there. We'll have a few season recap episodes. We'll have a preview out, so it should be a very exciting week. Just stay tuned to the Gridiron Glory. Follow all of our feeds, our channel, and thank you all for watching throughout the year. Stay tuned.